headed to another appointment now. This is day 6, maybe 7. Tomorrow's a week with my peel and laser genesis. She went much deeper than what she has been the last couple of months, probably because we're heading into cooler weather. There's no sun out right now, so it's good to go deeper when you're not in the sun. So I'm just kind of putting moisture on my skin, not anything that's gonna stop the process of it peeling, but just kind of aids it so that my skin isn't so dry. So another couple of days and it should be back to normal. All right, I've got a bunch of running around to do and then I'm headed home. Good morning, guys. I am headed out to go get my nails done. A couple of videos ago, you guys were asking me about what I put on my nails, nail health, since taking off all my gels. So if you guys haven't checked that out, go check it out. I think it was 2 videos ago, but I can't really remember. Anyways, I'm kind of feeling red at the moment. It's pretty fall vibes, and I'm kind of itching to go that way. So I'm gonna go red. And I like this brand. This is the Manicurist brand. It's the polish that you don't need to use the lamp. They have another line that you do use the lamp, but I'm not. This is just the regular nail polish. But it seems to last a little bit longer. Manicures for me tend to last a good 7 days. My trick is halfway through the week to add another top coat to it. That'll kind of bind to the nail polish, and then hopefully it doesn't chip. If it's too thick, it will chip also, but I don't know, that seems to make my manicure last a little bit longer. I like this brand. No toxic chemicals. You don't have to use the lamp. There's no scraping off of your nail. It's just typical acetone that you just take it off with. So we'll see how that goes. I'll show you guys after my appointment. Also, this is day 8 of my peel. I don't have any makeup on, so even though most of the skin has come off, I'm back to like my normal skincare. I haven't put on any makeup, any blush or anything like that because it will still stay kind of on top of all the skin that's still coming off. So I'm just really hydrated. I put on some oil on top of like the normal serum that I put on my skin. So not bad. So 8 days beginning to end with a couple of days of just that last little bit of exfoliating that needs to happen, but all good. All right, let's go do this. I've got a ton of other things to do and we'll keep it moving. All right, so red it is. That's the look for the week. All right, keep it moving. Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. I hope you guys have had a great week. All is good over here. I asked for an uneventful week. I've had an uneventful week, which is very good. So I'm at the end of kind of my peel situation. My skin is pretty dehydrated only because when you burn it, you know, everything has to come back to normal. I still have skin up at the top that needs to come off, but for the most part, it's all pretty much back to normal. I wanted to show you the 3 products that I cannot live without when I'm kind of in this phase, because I still can't wear any makeup, because it will all kind of clump up in the areas that still haven't exfoliated off. I try not to use anything on my face other than just my skincare right now. So the one thing in my skincare routine that I love and that I cannot live without, especially right now, is the Vintner's Daughter. This is the Active Botanical Serum. So it's not the essence, which is like a water. I've not tried that, so I don't know if it's any good, but if it's anything like their oil, it is really good. I've been using this for years. I think even pre-pandemic by many years. I saw Gwyneth Paltrow on like Goop or one of her channels or something talking about it, and I thought, oh, let me try it, because I've never been one to use oil on my skin. I've always been on the oily side, but this is great. And right now that I'm like dehydrated and kind of waiting for all that skin to come off, this is awesome. I just started using it today, day 8. I don't use any oil the first week of after I've gotten the peel, because you want that skin to kind of get dry and fall off. If you're really dry and really uncomfortable, at that point, you know, you can do like a micronized hydrocortisone cream, something really light that just dampers down the itchiness. But for the most part, you don't really want to put on any oil or any real moisturizer that is going to neutralize the peel. You want it to like get dry and peel off. So day 8 is when I've put this on my skin. The other 2 things that I cannot live without, especially right now, because again, I'm not wearing any makeup, is the Prada lip balm. Love this one. This is the blue one. So this is the one that turns like pink on your lips. So it just gives a little bit of glow to kind of show like you're not dead. But when I wear lipstick and I don't have really anything else on my face, it looks weird. It just looks like I have these lips walking in the room before the rest of my face does. And I don't like that look. So staying moisturized and adding a hint of like natural color is key for me. So this does it for me. And then putting on a little bit of mascara. If I use too dark of a mascara or too much of a mascara, I have the same problem as with my lips. It's like these eyes come in or these eyelashes come in and it doesn't really match the rest of my face because I'm not that even in my skin, especially after a treatment, that for me, it doesn't look good. So the Kevyn Aucoin, the curling mascara, is awesome. The greatest daytime mascara. This is the wand, which for me is most important. You can build on it, so it does get thicker, but it's mostly daytime, which for me means nothing too overdone. You just are shaping your eyes and just adding a little bit of thickness to your eyelash, which then just gives you a little bit brighter, you know, not so tired looking eye. And I'm all about looking like me, but my best version of me at whatever moment I'm in. So right now the moment is finishing up a peel and waiting for my skin to regenerate and then kind of going back to normal where I can put some color on my cheeks and put a little bit of lip on and, you know, make the eye a little bit more dramatic. But up until that point, I would like to stay a little bit more natural, a little bit more casual, but with a little bit of, you know, aliveness. So that's what I'm using right now. Those are the 3 products that I use over and over and over again. Let me know if you guys use them. I'll link everything in the description box so you guys can go to my Shop My and it'll take you to a page. The other thing is I've gotten a few questions about transitional dressing and transitional pieces going into fall. So LA is very transitional always. Like our weather patterns are pretty mild throughout the year. We have moments that are colder than others or wetter than others, but for the most part, we're always in transition, meaning we don't get out of kind of the clothes that we're wearing. But I'll show you a couple of pieces that definitely go from fall to winter and just kind of how I wear it. I'll put on a blazer. I'll show you what shoes I grab just to kind of give you an idea of how to put things together as you're going into fall. So I'll just kind of take, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 pieces and just kind of show you how I wear them. Other than that, you guys, leave me what you want to see. I'm just trying to answer all of your questions that I've gotten in the past and some questions that have come up a couple of different times from a couple of different people. This was one of them, so. All right, you guys, have a great week. I hope all is well for you, and we'll talk soon. Okay, guys, so transitional wear. It's a little hard here on the West Coast, specifically LA, because we have mild weather kind of all year round. We do get some spells of like really cold rain or just cold days, which I love because then you can pull out the coats. But for the most part, we live in kind of transitional wear because where I am most of the year, it's cloudy and overcast in the morning, and then as the day progresses, it gets warmer. Now that we're into fall and heading into like the winter direction, it'll get colder as the cloud cover burns off, but for the most part, we're pretty mild. My wardrobe has to kind of reflect that, because as much as I want to wear lots of coats and lots of fabric, we don't necessarily need all of that. This is my favorite time of year, fall and winter. I love to get dressed. I love coats. I love sweaters. I love cozy fabrics. Summer's not my vibe. I don't like to have like my buns out. I'm not an exhibitionist. Like, I don't like to show everything. So for me, fall and winter is like kind of my jam. What I got dressed with today is an oversized cardigan with a straight-legged jean, a black loafer. So this to me is totally transitional LA vibe. Pants are from Wrangly. They are of the season. They fit true to size. They're a little big, so these are 24s. And I've got room. So if I really wanted them snug, I could do a 23. I don't even know if she makes them in a 23, but they're pretty true to size. This sweater, any oversized sweater will do. This I bought a few seasons ago. This is Saint Laurent, but J. Crew is doing a great cashmere sweater. They're actually doing a lot of great things. So I would head over there if you're kind of looking for cozy sweaters. And then of course my row loafer. I love these. They're so comfortable. I can walk all day with these. So another transitional piece that you could add over top of this, or if you were wearing a t-shirt to just then throw on a jacket, is a blazer. So this is a traditional black blazer. I think this is Stella McCartney. She does really good blazers. And just throwing it over top, you know, just adds a little bit of more of a transition, a little bit warmer. And then if I wanted to like go out, I would change my shoes if I didn't want to change what I'm wearing up top. So I would grab probably a pump, and I'll show you that looks like. So with a pump, it totally changes kind of the look. You could wear this to work. You could wear it definitely going out to dinner with some friends where you're just kind of casual, going to a friend's house where there's nothing going on except for maybe dinner and wine, you know. So just finding pieces that you can change, mix, you know, use for different occasions is really the key to dressing. And especially right now with everything kind of up in the air, the fashion industry is a little weird, money's a little weird, jobs are a little weird. You want to invest in pieces that you can wear over and over and over again. I'm going to keep the blazer, keep the pumps. I'm going to change this and just kind of show you how it changes the vibe a little bit. Okay guys, so what I did is I changed my top. I put on a black tank top, which I love. I love this look. It's really easy. Also getting a bodysuit that gives you a little bit more of that smooth look versus a t-shirt look is great. I've kept the same Wrangly jeans on, kept the pump on, and again, going out in this look for me is a winner because it's easy. Throwing on the blazer over shoulders just gives you a little bit more of a put together vibe. And I would use a clutch. I don't have a clutch right now open, but I'll show you my Chanel. Fold it over, put it under your arm, and again, you've got a clutch to go out. So it's just piecing your wardrobe together is the key for me, or what I think shows style. You don't necessarily need to go buy every designer under the sun, but knowing what you have, knowing what looks good on you, and then kind of shopping your closet every day is what's going to allow you to kind of bring new life to what you have. I've just shown you a sweater, a jean, a pump, a tank, and a blazer, and you see how easy it's interchangeable and how the vibe changes depending on how you're feeling. To kind of throw another couple of items with this pool, I would do a white button-down shirt and a white t-shirt. I think those two items as well are easily interchanged. And then I would probably add some type of sneaker, because you can definitely wear a sneaker with this tank, a pair of sneakers, a pair of jeans, so something like this, to run around and, you know, do your errands. So it's not rocket science, you guys. It really isn't. It really is about knowing who you are and how you like to dress and what you feel comfortable in. And that is the key right there. What are you comfortable in? Because people will try to sell you everything under the sun and they look great in it. And then you get it home and it's like, oh my God, what was I thinking? So it takes a little bit of thought and it takes a little bit of trial and error. But if you can get honest with yourself, you will definitely find where your vibe lies. All right, you guys, so just a couple of pieces just to kind of show you how to transition into fall. Leave me your comments, let me know what you want to see, and we'll talk soon.